Hello, my dear friend, and welcome. My name is Anna, and I am so happy you are here with me today. This is the VUS Learning English podcast. It is a warm and friendly place for English learners all around the world. If you are new here, I want to say a very special welcome to you. I am so glad you found us. And if you are a returning listener, thank you for coming back. It feels so good to have you here again. Today, we are going to talk about something very important. We are going to talk about our memory. Sometimes our memory can feel a little foggy. It can feel a little cloudy. We will talk about why this happens. And we will talk about how we can make our minds clearer and stronger. This episode is filled with hope and positive energy. I want you to feel good. I want you to feel confident. Thank you so much for choosing to spend your time here with me. It means so much. If you enjoy our time together, please think about giving a like or a follow. When you do that, you help other English learners find our little community. It is a simple way to share the kindness. I'm always so curious. Where are you listening from today? Are you in a busy city? Or a quiet town by the sea? Maybe you're in the mountains or on a beautiful green field. Whatever beautiful place you are in, I am sending you a warm hello. Now let's begin our gentle journey together. Let's talk about our wonderful minds. Have you ever walked into a room and then you just stop? You're standing there and you completely forget why you're there. You know you came into the room for a reason, but the reason is gone. It has disappeared from your mind. Or maybe this has happened to you. You meet someone new, they tell you their name, and just 1 minute later, the name is gone. You see their friendly face. You remember what you talked about. But the name has just vanished. It has floated away like a little cloud. This feeling can be a little sad. It can make you feel worried. It's like a soft gray fog that comes into your mind. And it often comes at the worst moments. Maybe this fog makes you feel a little scattered, like your thoughts are not in one place. Maybe it makes you feel a little older than you are. Do you ever lose your keys? Or your phone? Or your glasses? You put them down somewhere, and then you cannot find them. You have to search and search all over your home. This can make you feel very stressed and tired. This is more than a small problem. It is a constant, quiet stress. It is a little worry that stays with you, and maybe in the back of your mind, a little voice whispers a scary question. It whispers, "Is my memory getting worse?" I want you to know something very important. If you feel this way, you are not alone. Many people feel this way. And I want to tell you, right now, it is not your fault. Our world today is very busy. There are so many things to do. There are so many things to see and hear. Our phones are buzzing. Computers are showing us new things. All of these things put a lot of strain on our brains. They make our brains work very hard. But what if I told you something wonderful? What if I told you that you have the power to fight back? You have the power to make a change. That foggy feeling, that forgetfulness, it does not have to be your story. It is not something that must happen as you get older. And what if the answer was simple? What if the solution was not a very expensive pill? What if it was not a difficult brain game that you will stop in 1 week? In the next few minutes, we will look at this together. I'm going to show you some simple daily habits. These are the small things that might be making your memory cloudy. And more importantly, I am going to share the science. I will share what smart people have learned about our brains. This will help you clear that fog. It will help you remember things more clearly. It will help you build a strong and happy brain starting today. We will go beyond the simple tips you have heard before. We will learn about the real foundation of a powerful memory. We will explore simple changes in your life: how you move, how you eat, how you rest, and how you think. These small changes can make a very big difference in your brain. They can change how your brain is built and how it works. This is not magic. This is about understanding your own mind. It is like getting new user's manual for your brain. So please stay with me because you are about to discover what you have been missing. You are about to learn how to help your amazing brain feel its best. Section 1. The why before the how. Your brain's operating system. Before we talk about new things to do, we need to understand something basic. We need to understand the big picture for building a better memory. I learned this from my own teacher. His name is Jim Quick. He is a world-famous brain coach. When he was a child, he had a brain injury. This made learning very, very hard for him. For a long time, he was called the boy with the broken brain. But he did not give up. He learned something very important. He learned that he had to learn how to learn. He had to understand his own brain. So he created a simple, powerful idea. I want to share this idea with you. It is an acronym. That means each letter stands for a word. The acronym is M.O.M. M is for motivation. O is for observation. M is for methods. Think of this like the operating system on a computer. It is the main program that makes everything else work. Without this M.O.M. idea, all the tips and tricks are just small temporary fixes. They do not last. So let's understand M.O.M. together. First is motivation. This is the letter M. Motivation is your reason. You need to ask yourself a question. Why do I want a better memory? Try to find a very clear answer. Don't just say, I want a better memory. Be specific. Maybe you want to feel more confident when you meet new people. Maybe you want to do better at your job. Maybe you want to finally learn a new language. Or maybe you just want to be more present with the people you love. You want to remember the beautiful moments. Your reason is your energy. It is your fuel. Memory is not something that just happens. It is an active thing. You have to do it. When you have a strong, clear reason to remember something, you send a signal to your brain. You are telling your brain, pay attention. This is important. Think about meeting someone new. If you don't have a reason to remember their name, you might just hear it passively. The name goes in one ear and out the other. But if you actively want to remember their name, it is different. Maybe you want to make that person feel good. You want to show them respect. That is a strong motivation. With that reason, the name will stick. So take a moment to think. What is your motivation? What is your big why? Find it and you will have the first key to a better memory. The second letter is O. O is for observation. Now this is very, very important. So please listen closely. Most of the time, when we think we have a memory problem, it is not true. We don't have a problem with remembering. We have a problem with paying attention. Think about your brain all day long. It is getting so much information all the time. Your phone makes a noise. An email appears on your computer. You are thinking about your list of things to do. All of this is happening while you are trying to listen to someone. You cannot remember something if you never really paid attention to it. Memory starts with attention. The art of memory is the art of attention. We live in a world full of distractions. So many things want our attention. We have started to believe that we can do many things at once. We call it multitasking. But multitasking is a story we tell ourselves. It is not real. What you are really doing is switching your focus very, very fast. You switch from one thing to another and back again. With every switch, you lose a little bit of your focus. You lose a little bit of clarity. This fast switching stops your brain from deeply learning the information. And if it's not learned deeply, it cannot become a strong memory. A foggy memory is often just a sign of a distracted mind. Your mind is jumping from one thing to another. To fix your memory, you first need to fix your attention. You have to practice being in the present moment. You have to practice the power of observation. And that brings us to the third letter, M. This M is for methods. Methods are the how-to part. They are the special ways to learn and to remember. Many people want to start here. They want the secret tricks and techniques first, but now you understand. Methods do not work well without motivation and observation. Methods are the tools, but your motivation is the desire to use the tools. And your observation is the focus you need to use the tools well. We are going to talk a lot about these methods, but they are not just mental tricks. The best and most powerful methods are your lifestyle habits. They are the small things you do every day. These daily routines create the perfect home for your brain to be happy and strong. We will look at science-backed methods. Methods about how you move your body. Methods about what food you eat. Methods about how you sleep. And methods about how you manage stress. Then we will add some powerful techniques. These techniques work with your brain's natural way of learning. So please remember M.O.M. Motivation gives you a reason, a purpose. Observation gives you focus, a clear mind. Methods give you a process, a way to do it. When you master these three things, you become the builder of your own mind. You can build a sharper, faster, and more wonderful mind. Section 2. The physical foundation. Forging a resilient brain. Now we have our plan. We have our M.O.M. framework. So let's start building the foundation. Imagine you have a beautiful house. You want to put beautiful furniture inside. But what if the foundation of the house is weak? The house will not be strong. The furniture will not be safe. It is the same with your memory. You can have the best memory techniques in the world, but if your brain is tired and unhealthy, it cannot use them. It's like trying to run a new fast computer program on an old broken computer. It just will not work well. The most important secret to a sharp memory is not a brain game. It is what you do with your body. Your physical health is the foundation for your mental health. We are going to talk about 3 things your brain must have. They are not optional. They are necessary. These 3 things are exercise, sleep, and managing stress. Let's look at each one, step by step. Let's start with exercise. We all know that exercise is good for our bodies, but for your brain, exercise is like a miracle. It is so good for your brain. When you move your body, you give your brain two things it loves: oxygen and good food or nutrients. When you exercise, your blood flows faster. This boost in blood flow brings more oxygen and nutrients to your brain. This is very important. Your brain is a small part of your body. It is only about 2% of your body's weight, but it is very hungry. It uses 20% of all the oxygen and energy in your body. So it needs a lot of good blood flow to work well. But the magic of exercise is even deeper. When you do aerobic exercise, your brain releases something powerful. Aerobic exercise is something like a fast walk or a run or riding a bicycle. It makes your heart beat faster. This type of exercise helps your brain create a special protein. Scientists call it brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF. That is a long name. Let's just think of BDNF as fertilizer for your brain. It is like special food that helps your brain grow. BDNF helps new brain cells, new neurons to grow. It also makes the connections between your brain cells stronger. This is especially true in a part of your brain called the hippocampus. The hippocampus is like the memory center of your brain. So regular exercise can literally make your memory center bigger and stronger. The science is very exciting. Recently, some scientists found something new and amazing. They discovered another way that exercise helps the brain. They found that when you exercise, your liver makes a special protein. Let's call it a special cleaning protein. The real name is GPLD1. Now, here's the interesting part. This cleaning protein from your liver cannot go inside the brain. So how does it help? It works on the outside of the brain. It helps the brain's protection wall, called the blood-brain barrier. As we get older, this wall can become a little weak or leaky. When it is leaky, bad things can get into the brain. This can cause problems like brain fog. The study found that this leakiness is caused by another protein building up. Let's call this the TNAP protein. The cleaning protein from the liver travels in your blood. When it gets to the brain's wall, it acts like tiny scissors. It cuts away the extra TNAP protein that is built up. This repairs the wall. It makes the blood-brain barrier strong again. This keeps bad things out and makes the brain healthier. In studies with older mice, this led to big improvements in memory. This shows us that it is never too late to start helping our brains. So, what kind of exercise is best? The good news is you do not need to run a marathon. The most important thing is to be consistent. Try to do it regularly. The goal is about 150 minutes of medium activity each week. But really, any amount of movement is better than no movement. A big enemy of our brain is sitting too much. Living a sedentary lifestyle is not good for our memory. One study in 2018 found a connection. People who sat for many hours had thinning in the part of the brain used for memory. This is a strong reminder for all of us. We need to break up the time we spend sitting. Every hour, try to stand up, stretch your body, walk around your room for a few minutes. All these small movements add up. They make a big difference. Next, let's talk about sleep. Sleep is not a special treat. It is not a luxury. It is a deep need of your body and your brain. If exercise is when you build your brain, sleep is when you save your memories. While you are sleeping, your brain is very busy. It is cleaning itself. It is washing away waste that builds up during the day. But even more important, sleep is when memory consolidation happens. Consolidation means making your memories strong and permanent. Think of it like this. Everything you experience during the day is stored temporarily. It is held in your hippocampus, which is like a computer's temporary memory, or RAM. During deep sleep, your brain works like a librarian. It replays the important events of your day. It decides what is important to keep. Then, it transfers those important memories to your neocortex. The neocortex is like your brain's long-term storage, or hard drive. This process is helped by special brain waves. When you do not get enough good sleep, you stop this important job. You should try to get 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night. If you don't, it's like writing a beautiful long story on a computer and then shutting the computer down without clicking save. All your hard work is lost. You wake up feeling foggy. You feel this way because your brain did not have time to clean itself. It did not have time to file away your memories. How can you improve your sleep? Make your bedroom a special, calm place for rest. It should be dark, cool, and quiet. Try to avoid looking at screens like your phone or TV for at least 1 hour before bed. The blue light from screens can confuse your body. It can stop your body from making the sleep hormone, melatonin. Also, try to have a regular sleep schedule. Go to bed around the same time each night and wake up around the same time each morning. Yes, even on the weekends. This helps your body find a natural rhythm. Finally, let's talk about the quiet memory killer, chronic stress. This means being stressed for a long time. A little bit of stress can be good. The stress hormone, cortisol, can help you focus for a short time. But when you are always stressed, it is different. Stressed from work, from worries, from life. When this happens, your body is full of cortisol all the time. This is where the damage starts. Too much cortisol for too long is not good for your brain. It is especially bad for your hippocampus, your memory center. It also hurts your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain for planning. Some people say that stress kills brain cells. This is probably not completely true for humans, but the science is very clear about this. Long-term stress is harmful. It shrinks the connections between your brain cells. It makes it harder for your brain cells to talk to each other. It puts your memory center in a constant state of emergency. When you feel this way, it is hard to learn new things. It is also hard to remember old things. This is why your mind can go blank when you are very nervous, like during a big presentation. So, how can you manage this stress? You have to actively make time to relax and recover. You have to schedule it, just like an appointment. Mindfulness meditation is a wonderful tool. Just 10 or 15 minutes a day can make a big difference. It can train your brain to handle your feelings better. Other great things to do are deep breathing exercises. You can spend time in nature. Walking in a park or a forest is very calming. Or you can do a hobby that you love. Something that makes you forget about time. These 3 things, exercise, sleep, and stress management, are all connected. They work together like a team. Good sleep helps control your stress hormones. Exercise improves your sleep. And exercise is also a powerful way to reduce stress. Focus on these 3 foundational habits. When you do, you are not just helping your memory. You are building a healthier, stronger, and more resilient brain for your whole life. Section 3. The fuel for your brain. Eating for a sharper mind. If your brain is a very powerful car, then the food you eat is its fuel. You would not put bad, cheap gasoline in a sports car. You know it would not run well. It is the same with our brains. Many of us eat foods with a lot of sugar or processed ingredients. Then we feel brain fog. We wonder why our minds are not clear. The link between what you eat and how your brain works is very clear science. The food you choose directly affects your brain's health and its performance. Let's talk about the most important foods for your brain. Let's start with the big ones. Omega-3 fatty acids, especially one called DHA. Your brain is about 60% fat, and a very large part of that fat is DHA. DHA is a key building block for your brain cells. It keeps the outside of the cells soft and flexible. This helps the brain cells communicate with each other easily and quickly. Think of it like oil for your brain's engine. It helps all of the parts move smoothly. Where can you find these good fats? The best sources are fatty fish. Fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines are great choices. If you do not like to eat fish, that is okay. You can get these good fats from supplements made from algae. Next are antioxidants and flavonoids. Your brain uses a lot of energy. This high energy use can create some damage. The damage comes from something called free radicals. You can think of this like rust on your brain's engine. It happens over time. Antioxidants are like your brain's little army. They fight against this damage. They protect your brain. You can find antioxidants in colorful fruits and vegetables. The more colors you eat, the better. Berries are very good for your brain, especially blueberries. Some scientists even call them brain berries. They are famous for helping memory. Dark green leafy vegetables are also wonderful. Things like spinach and kale are full of good things for your brain. And don't forget broccoli. It is a brain superhero too. Even what you drink can help your brain. Green tea is a good choice. It has a little caffeine to help you focus. It also has something called L-theanine, which helps you feel calm and alert. What about dark chocolate? Yes, good quality dark chocolate is good for you. It has flavonoids that can help blood flow to your brain. And some studies show that drinking a little coffee is also good. Maybe 2 or 3 cups a day. This has been linked to a lower risk of dementia later in life. Nuts and seeds are also full of brain food. Walnuts and pumpkin seeds are especially good. We also need to talk about your gut. Your stomach and intestines. Some people call the gut your second brain. There is a strong connection between your gut and your brain. A healthy gut has a lot of good bacteria. These good bacteria help reduce inflammation in your whole body, including your brain. One recent study showed that virgin olive oil can help your memory. It can help with problem-solving skills. One reason is that olive oil helps the good bacteria in your gut to grow. All of this information points to a certain way of eating. It looks a lot like the Mediterranean diet. This diet includes a lot of fruits, vegetables, nuts, and whole grains. It also includes fish and healthy fats like olive oil. It means eating less processed food and sugar. Studies show that people who eat this way often have better memories. They also have a lower risk of having memory problems as they get older. Think about it like this. Every time you eat a meal, you have a choice. It is an opportunity. You can choose foods that build up your brain, or you can choose foods that break it down. The choice you make right now affects how clear your mind feels right now. It is a powerful and direct connection. We have talked about so many important ideas. We learned the M.O.M framework: motivation, observation, and methods. We learned how important your physical health is, exercise, sleep, and managing stress. And we just learned about the best foods to fuel your brain. I know this is a lot of information, but my hope is to give you a full toolkit for your brain. I want you to have everything you need. If you are finding this helpful, please just take a moment. Take a deep breath. Let the information settle. You are doing a wonderful thing just by listening. You are investing time in yourself. You are investing in your beautiful brain. That is something to be proud of. You don't need to do everything all at once. Just be open, be curious, and be kind to yourself. Now, let's continue our journey. Let's get into the really fun part. We are going to learn some special techniques. These are techniques you can use to remember almost anything. Let's go. Section 4. The Techniques of Titans. Training your memory. We have built a strong foundation. Your brain is now rested. It is fueled with good food. It is ready to work at its best. Now it is time to install the new software. These are the special methods that memory champions use. They are called mnemonic techniques. Mnemonic is just a big word for a memory tool. It is a technique that helps you remember things. These techniques turn boring information into something interesting, something your brain can easily hold on to. And these are not just fun tricks. Science shows that they really work. When people train with these memory techniques, their brains actually change. The connections in their brains start to look like the connections in the brains of memory athletes. So you are literally changing your brain when you practice these. The first technique is very old and very powerful. It is called the method of loci, or the memory palace. This technique works because it uses your brain's amazing ability to remember places. Your brain is fantastic at remembering places. Think about your own home. You can walk around it in the dark, can't you? You know where everything is. The memory palace uses this natural power. Here is how you can do it. It is simple and fun. First, choose a place you know very, very well. It could be your house. It could be the street you walk on every day. This place is your memory palace. Next, you need to choose specific spots in your palace. These are called loci. You need to choose them in a logical order, like a path. For example, let's use your house. The path could be your front door, then the little table inside the door, then your living room sofa, then the coffee table in front of the sofa, and then the television. You have 5 spots on your path. Now, let's say you need to remember a shopping list. You need to buy avocados, salmon, blueberries, broccoli, and walnuts. This is just a boring list of words. We need to make it interesting for your brain. We will create a crazy, funny, and vivid picture for each item. And we will place each picture in one of our spots in the memory palace. The more unusual and strange the picture is, the better you will remember it. Try to use all your senses. What do you see, hear, feel, and smell? Let's try it together. 1. The first spot is your front door. The first item is avocados. Imagine your doorknob is not metal. It is a giant, soft, mushy avocado. When you turn the doorknob, green avocado squishes out all over your hand. Feel how squishy and messy it is. Maybe you can even smell the fresh avocado. It's a very strange picture. That's good. 2. The second spot is your entryway table. The second item is salmon. Imagine that on your little table, there is a huge pink salmon. The salmon is alive. It is flapping its tail. It is splashing water all over the place. You can hear the slapping sound of its tail hitting the table. Slap, slap, slap. 3. The third spot is your living room couch. The third item is blueberries. You go to sit down on your comfortable couch, but wait. The couch is not soft. It is filled with millions of tiny, round blueberries. When you sit down, you hear them all pop. You can feel the cool juice of the blueberries on your legs. What a surprise! 4. The fourth spot is your coffee table. The fourth item is broccoli. Look at your coffee table. It is not a table anymore. It is a tiny forest made of broccoli. The broccoli florets look like little green trees. Maybe there are tiny toy trains running through your broccoli forest. 5. The fifth spot is your television. The fifth item is walnuts. You decide to turn on the television. You press the button. But instead of a picture, the screen cracks open, and a giant flood of walnuts pours out of the television. They are rolling all over the floor. You can hear the sound of thousands of walnuts clattering on the ground. Now, to remember your shopping list, what do? You just take a slow mental walk through your memory palace. You walk to your front door in your mind. What do you see? The avocado doorknob. Ah, yes, avocados. You walk to the entryway table. What is there? The big flapping salmon? Yes, salmon. You walk to the couch. What happens when you sit? The popping blueberries. Yes, blueberries. You look at the coffee table. What do you see? The broccoli forest. Yes, broccoli. And finally, the television. What comes out of it? The flood of walnuts. Yes, walnuts. You see? You're not trying to remember a boring list of words. You are remembering a series of funny, vivid pictures. This is how your brain loves to learn. With a little practice, you can use this to remember many things. Speeches, facts for school, or just your shopping list. Next, let's talk about active recall. This is a very, very effective way to learn for the long term, but it is the opposite of how most of us were taught to study. When we study, we often just reread our notes, or we use a yellow pen to highlight words in a book. This is passive. You are just looking at the information. Active recall is different. It means you force your brain to get the information. You make your brain pull the answer out from inside. The easiest way to practice this is with flashcards. But you have to do it the right way. Look at the question on the card, and then you must try very hard to find the answer in your own mind. Do not flip the card over too quickly. Struggle a little bit. Try to remember. When you struggle and then you finally remember, you make the connection in your brain much stronger. It is like exercising a muscle. The struggle is what makes the muscle grow. Just rereading your notes is like watching someone else exercise. It feels like you are doing something, but you are not getting the real benefit. So practice active recall. Test yourself. It works. Another great technique is chunking and association. Your short-term memory can only hold a few things at once, maybe 7 things plus or minus 2. Chunking is a simple idea. You group small pieces of information into larger groups or chunks. A long phone number is hard to remember. For example, 555123456 That is 10 separate numbers. But if you group them, it is easy. 555 123 4567 Now it is just 3 chunks of information. Much easier. You can make this even more powerful with association. Association means you connect new information to something you already know. When you meet a new person and their name is Mike, you can immediately make a picture in your mind. You can picture him holding a big microphone. Mike. Microphone. You have just created a strong mental hook to hang that name on. You have associated the new name with an old picture. Finally, there are simple tools like acronyms and acrostics. An acronym is a word made from the first letters of a list of words. You probably learned the colors of the rainbow this way. Roy G. Biv. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. These tools are great for remembering a list in order. They turn a long, boring list into one easy-to-remember word or sentence. These methods are not about having a good or bad memory. They are about using your brain in the way it was made to be used. Your brain loves pictures. It learns by making connections. And it makes memories stronger when you practice recalling them. You do not have a bad memory. You just might have been using it incorrectly. Now you have the right user's manual. So, where are we now at the end of our journey today? We started by understanding that a foggy memory is not your fault. It is often a sign that our busy lives are not in harmony with our brain's needs. We learned the M.O.M framework. That strong motivation gives you a clear purpose. That careful observation gives you deep focus. And that the right methods give you a clear process to follow. Then we built our strong physical foundation. We learned about the amazing power of exercise to help repair the brain. We saw how sleep is like a save button for your mind, storing your memories each night. And we learned how long-term stress can harm our brain and how quiet moments can help rebuild it. We talked about fuel for our brain. We learned how healthy foods like those with omega-3s and antioxidants can make our thinking sharper. We even learned how olive oil can help our memory. And finally, we learned the powerful techniques of memory experts. We built a memory palace together. We learned about active recall, which is like a workout for your brain. We learned how to make information stick. The most important message from all of this is very simple. Your memory is not a fixed thing. It is not like the color of your eyes. It is a living, changing process, and you can actively make it better. Think of yourself as a gardener. Your mind is your garden. Every day, with every choice you make, you are either taking care of your garden or you are letting the weeds grow. You do not have to do everything we talked about all at once. That is not a good idea. It can feel like too much. Instead, I invite you to just pick one thing. Just one small thing to start with. Maybe it is taking a 20-minute walk every day. Maybe it is turning off your phone and TV 1 hour before you go to sleep. Maybe it is trying the memory palace for your next grocery list. Start small. Build a little bit of good feeling. Build some momentum. The most important step is the first one. Just start. You have the knowledge now. You have the plan. You understand what you might have been missing. The only question now is, what will you do with this knowledge? Please don't let this just be another podcast you listened to and forgot. Let this be the moment you decided to take back control. Let this be the moment you decided to be the best friend to your own brain. Thank you so much for sharing your time and your attention with me today. I hope you found our time together helpful and encouraging. Remember that learning anything new takes time. Learning to take care of your brain is a journey, not a race. Be patient with yourself. Be kind to yourself. Every small step is a victory. Keep going. You are doing a wonderful job. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider leaving a comment or giving it a like. It truly helps our podcast reach more English learners around the world. And if you know someone who might like this message, please feel free to share it with them. Let's create a community of people who are building better, happier brains together. Thank you again from the bottom of my heart. It was a joy to be with you. See you next time, my friend.